In today's video, I will cover a method for building floating islands in the Java edition of Minecraft. This is a method that you will find immensely useful when creating adventure maps, server spawn zones, minigame maps, or your creative worlds in general. Once you get good at this process like me, you'll be able to create floating islands of any size in under 5 minutes. Before we begin, you absolutely need to have these 3 tools installed and ready to use: World Painter, World Edit, and Forge. I have a video posted to my channel that covers how to set all of these tools up, so click the link in the description below for that video if you need an installation guide. We'll be working on the 1.19.4 version of Minecraft, but this method works for any version of Minecraft that has compatibility with the 3 tools that we are using. Custom World Painter brushes are vital for creating unique and complex floating islands, so let's install a few first. Before we begin, we're going to launch World Painter. Once World Painter is launched, just minimize it but do not close out of it. Open your browser of choice and in the search bar type World Painter Custom Brushes. Evan's free brush pack should be the first option that pops up. We're just going to click that and head on to the Planet Minecraft website. Down here we have the file mirror option, and you're going to want to click that. Click continue, and it will take you to this page right here. It's going to do a 5-second countdown and then pop up with another blue button. Click continue to download and go to this Mediafire site, where you're going to want to click this blue button right here. Do not click anything else on this page. For me, I am on the Brave browser, so it allows me to just go through this folder, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. If you're using Google, you're going to collapse window, and in the bottom left, drag the file to your desktop. Right here, you're going to have the zip folder. I'm going to right click and click extract all, and click extract. This will allow us to access the folder right here. It will pop up, and if you open this admin pack, it has all 44 brushes that we want to import into World Painter. So that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to keep it right here, open World Painter, and in the top left you go to Tools, open Custom Brushes folder, and a brush folder will pop up right here. And just put the 2 folders side by side right here and take the admin pack and just drag it into the World Painter's brushes folder. When you open World Painter, you're going to see it's not popped up yet on the far right, so you just have to relaunch World Painter by just exiting out and relaunching it. We're ready to begin building the floating island in World Painter. Basically, we just have to go to the top left, File, New World, and it's going to pop up with this parameters chart right here. I'm going to name the world tutorial. Just name it whatever you can recognize once it's in your Minecraft saves. You go to map format. This allows you to select the version up from 1.1 to 1.19. We're going to be doing 1.19 because that's the version I have all my mods installed on. Ignore the dimensions because we're not going to be making an island bigger than 640 blocks. We're going to go down to topography and click flat. In the surface material option, we're going to scroll all the way down to where it says stone. That's it. Just go to here and click create. In the top left under the tools section, you have the height, raise, and lower terrain option. We have a few things I need to cover if you guys are new to World Painter. You can see we have a circular brush selected right here. If you scroll down, it increases the size. Scroll up, it decreases the size. I'm going to keep the radius about to here. It's like 72. You could drop it even lower to like 60. In the bottom left, you can see the height option, which reads the height of where your cursor is pointed, and of course the radius. Go to the far right where the brushes are, click the admin tab, and I'm going to go down to where the Snowy Mountain 5 option is, and I'm going to select that for the purpose of this tutorial. Going down even further, we have the brush settings. The intensity I'm going to set to about 80. You have this red plus sign right here. That is your spawn point. We're just going to move the mountain slightly next to it and hold left click. Make sure you hold it until the height that you want. I'm going to keep it to around 120. To see if you're satisfied with it, just go to View in the top left and Show 3D View, and you'll see the mountain you generated. This is what it looks like, and you can use the arrow keys to rotate the view so you can get a different look at it from different angles. I think that looks pretty satisfactory, so I'm good to go on that. I'm going to close that window out, and we're ready to export. Go to the top left, click File, click Export. Export as new Minecraft map. The default directory will be your Minecraft saves folder, which is with the official launcher. For me, I have the multi-MC instances folder, which I will show you guys how to find in a moment. But for now, just make sure you have the name correct and set the game mode to creative. Difficulty will be peaceful. What you have to do now is click export. Before we do that, however, if you are a multi-MC user, all you have to do to get the directory correct is to find the instance you wish to save this file to. Right click the instance, go to Minecraft folder, go to your saves folder here, and right click this saves button right here and copy address as text. Highlight this and Control V to replace it. Nothing gets replaced there because I've already done this. Now all you have to do is click export. Once it's completed, it'll give you a pop-up window right here saying success. All you have to do is click OK, and we're ready to launch Minecraft. Alright, we're in Minecraft now. You just have to go to the single player tab and you can see that this world did get exported correctly, so we just click play and load it up. For those of you that are experts of World Edit and World Painter, this is pretty obvious, but all you're going to really have to do is select part of the mountain you wish to turn into a floating island, flip it upside down, save it as a schematic, and load it in a different world. That's what we're going to do right now. So if you are not comfortable with World Edit and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to go through it. So the first thing is basic. / wand pulls up your World Edit axe. Left clicking a block sets the position number 1 that you selected, and right clicking another block sets it to the position 2, and then you have this like square area basically selected. We're going to do that, but on a much larger scale. I don't want to copy the entire part of the mountain because this part is really thin and would look weird converted into a floating island, so we're going to do it a little bit up higher. Let's say about this level is fine, and you don't actually have to use your axe here. Just go to a corner of the mountain all the way up to a point where if you look in this direction, there's nothing intersecting, and this direction, there's nothing intersecting your view. Now type / POS1 or pause1. Go to the far corner and all the way up here. Just picture that you are going through a 3-dimensional cube. We're going to go to the top opposite vertice of the cube and get well above the peak, and you type / POS2. And we now have a cube selected around this part of the mountain that we wish to copy. Just go down to about the level that you copied at. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, and type / copy. And you have now copied a portion of this mountain. I will say that World Edit can be intensive on computers, so make sure that if you are on a worse computer or something that isn't as optimized for this kind of stuff and loading blocks and stuff quickly, that you copy a smaller section of the mountain. Now just fly up a little bit higher and type / flip up. This will flip that part of the mountain upside down, and you'll see how perfectly this works out in a moment when we type / paste. Whoops. Boom. The mountain should now be loaded in. You might load inside of it by accident, but as you can see, the floating island just loaded and it looks really fucking nice. All you did really was invert a mountain peak. Now to go over a few extra discrepancies here, you're gonna see some dirt, some ores, some diorite, some granite, and andesite might pop up in here, gravel, whatever. What we want to do is take this top layer and turn it into a grass block probably, or whatever surface block you want. So to do that, you just basically select the outer area of this in a 1 block tall selection area for this top layer. So I'd say I'm going to build out to here. Again, it's not intersecting, so we can left click this block and set that to position 1. You can even delete that block. It'll still select this air block right here, so you don't have to worry about deleting the block you selected. Let's just get this selection out of the way, and since we're going to be replacing blocks, you can just set your position 2 to whatever height you want. I'm going to set it up to here, and now if we go down to here, I'm just going to type / replace. We're going to be replacing stone with grass _ blocks. Oops. Boom. Now you have the remainder blocks up here. You do the same process for replacing these. / replace granite with a grass block, for example. We'll do the same thing. And for the ores, I would just consider just punching them out. I'm not going to do the rest because you get the point. But now you have your floating island correct. You can edit the layers with this how you want. There's a few extra world edit tools that you can do, such as selecting the stone down here and mixing in different kinds of stone based on percentages. We're just gonna have to make a selection of this newly floating island once again. So we already had our position 2 set up, but I kind of lost track of where it was, so I'm gonna set up position 2 again. So / pause 2 and just fly over to the opposite end and drop beneath the floating island, about to say here. This looks good. I'm beneath the lowest point of the floating island. I'm going to do / pause 1. Now to copy it, basically when you copy a selection in World Edit, it's going to then paste your copy when you do paste it at the position you copied at, right? That sounds a little bit like gibberish, but basically if I copy it here and paste it in, it's always going to be beneath my feet when I paste it. So / copy, and you have your floating island copy. To save it as a schematic, you do / schematic, save, and save it as a name you'll remember. So for me, I'm just going to do island, and the island has been saved. Now you're ready to import this into a new world, so we're going to go over that. Head back to your single player world, and you'll probably have a creative world or a multiplayer server you want to paste this in, but I don't have anything like that. So for the sake of this video, we're just going to create a new world. All right, we're near the ocean. This is perfect. I kind of like this spawn area, this huge river. So I'm actually going to type the seed in the chat there for you guys if you want to copy the seed down. Basically, I'm going to fly up high enough that the bottom of this floating island doesn't touch the water. Here should be fine. Do / schematic load island. Boom, it is now ready and loaded in your clipboard in World Edit. So you just type / paste and it should paste in. It's going to take a little bit to load, again, depending on the strength of your computer. And as you can see, we now have a floating island floating in a completely different world, and it looks fantastic. That's it for the basic tutorial of making floating islands. If you want a more advanced tutorial on detailing and more World Painter options and stuff, let me know down in the comments below. Oh wait, I'm supposed to look at the camera when I do these outros. Sorry guys. Yeah, leave a like.
This is the outro now.